Today on the Stay-at-Home Chef, I'm showing you how to make spicy sesame coleslaw. I have a recipe for spicy Thai pasta salad that you guys absolutely love. And one of you asked if I'd ever considered turning it into a coleslaw. And no, I hadn't, but this is such a great idea. We're gonna start by heating a 1/4 cup of sesame oil with 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now, it might seem weird to have to heat something for a coleslaw, and you can technically skip this part, but what we're doing is infusing that oil with the heat from the red pepper flakes, so it makes it a little extra spicy, and I highly recommend it. Remove it from the heat and stir in 3 tablespoons each of soy sauce and rice vinegar, and then 2 tablespoons of honey to add just a hint of sweetness. And that's it. This is gonna be our vinaigrette for this coleslaw, and I wish you could smell it, because as soon as you smell this, you know this coleslaw is gonna be good. So we'll set this aside to cool while we prep all of our coleslaw ingredients. You'll need 1/2 head each of green cabbage and red cabbage. Then slice it in half again so that it's in a quarter. And then you can easily remove the core. Then you just want to separate out some of the leaves to divide it up so it's not so thick, and use a sharp knife to start shredding. Now, of course, they already sell shredded cabbage. You can do it that way. You can also do this in a food processor. You can also use a cheese grater. But this, good old-fashioned using a knife, is a great method. You should end up with somewhere around 6 cups of the green cabbage. Then we'll do the same thing for the red or purple cabbage, whatever you want to call it. Remove the core, and you'll end up with about 4 to 6 cups of this one. Now, a little trick with coleslaw is that if you're not serving it the day of, you know how it can get a little soggy? Well, you can prevent that by putting all of this cabbage into a colander, sprinkling it with salt, and letting it sit for about 4 hours. Then you rinse off the salt, pat it dry, and no soggy coleslaw here. Next, you're gonna shred some carrots, and it doesn't matter if you use the small side or the big side, if you like those bigger pieces of carrots in there. Add all of those to the bowl. 2 carrots should do it. Then we'll slice up some green onions. One of those little bunches of green onions will give you about 1/2 cup, so that's perfect. Then we'll also need about 1/2 cup of minced cilantro. We'll get that into the bowl, and you can see you always do this in a larger mixing bowl, and we'll add it to a serving bowl later. Now, I'm calling this last ingredient optional, but it's one of my favorite parts of the spicy Thai pasta salad that this recipe is based off of. So what we're gonna do is chop up some honey roasted peanuts, and it's gotta be honey roasted. They add such a delicious sweet and salty bite to this. All right, that's it for our coleslaw. All that's left to do is take off our cooled vinaigrette and drizzle it over our coleslaw. Grab some tongs, check that they work, and toss this all together. Now, this does shrink down once it gets wet, which is why we do it in a mixing bowl first and then transfer it to a serving bowl if you want to make it pretty. We're gonna let this chill in the fridge for about 30 minutes, and then you are ready to eat. I'm just gonna sneak a bite here real quick. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written recipe in the video description. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow, and check out the rest of my videos where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. We'll see you later.